Coach, and Matt Matheny, much like your colleague, Coach Smith, you experienced the CAA for the first time. You're going into your 7th year, but first coming out of the Colonial Athletic Association. What did you learn last year about this conference and about your team?
We knew going in it's a great league. And as we come out of that first year, it is a great league. So it's reaffirmed. I mean, you have to play well in the CAA to expect to win. And anybody can beat anybody, and you're going to hear coaches say that throughout the country, but it holds true in the CAA.
You won 4 of your last 5 conference games. How much of a momentum do you think that could bring with you this year?
We responded to a great deal of adversity last year. We went through some injuries and we went through some really tough times. And we responded well at the end of the year. And I think we will build on the response, those victories, but we also are going to really think about why we were in that place and not forget about the adverse times that we faced. And hopefully we'll build on that just as much.
Well, you were beating some of the best teams when you did play well last year. I think you got a couple of very good players. I think Sampson is one of the best shooters in the league. He carried you much early in the season and had a little slump, but he's a terrific player. And tell us a little bit about him.
Well, we put a lot on his shoulders last year, and he was extraordinary early in the year. And then when we asked him to do maybe a little too much, shot selection got awry. And we encouraged him to shoot as much as because he is a tremendous shooter. I like our balance this year. I think he'll become a more effective shooter when we ask him to shoot it less. But he's a lights-out shooter, and he's a veteran player that we'll rely heavily on.
Yeah, I'd say 103 three-pointers is pretty lights out. Certainly far and away the best in the CAA, one of the tops in the country as well. You mentioned going through a lot of devastating injuries, and one of those guys was Luke Eddy, who you do get back this year. That's got to be a tremendous boost for you.
He was playing as well as anybody on our roster last year, and we were bringing him off the bench, but he had some great performances. One stands out was at Missouri. He had 20 plus, I don't remember the numbers, but he was playing great, and he was playing within our system. He is back to health. He's practicing. We anticipate that he'll be ready in our first game, actually in our exhibition. We're thrilled to have him back, and I think he'll be a positive impact on our team.
Talk a little bit about some of your new guys. I think you got a good freshman class, and one guy's a big fella from Lithuania. Is pretty tough.
Karolis Kudratis.
I'll let you say that.
I hope I pronounced it close to being correct. And he stands out. We have a very good freshman class. I'm thrilled with the way they've come in and worked. I think all of our freshmen have a chance to play right away. Karolis in particular has had some great practices. What's great about our team this year is that competition for playing time is real, and every spot is open, and our practices have been a lot of fun to coach and to be a part of.
Yeah, it's 6 freshmen, if I'm not correct, right? So that is, a lot of new talent to bring in. How quickly do you think, though, these freshmen can integrate themselves into what you want to accomplish, and particularly with some of the good holdovers that you have?
6 freshmen and 4 sophomores. I'm not sleeping at all at night. We're going to rely heavily on freshmen and sophomores. And in our program, it is a staple that our veteran players must teach and coach our young guys. So we'll hold on to that philosophy. We'll rely on our veteran players to do that. But like you said, our young guys are going to have to play. They have a chance to be in the rotation. And what that typically makes for is a roller coaster ride. But we're going to hold on to the bar, and we're going to hold on tight, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it.
Well, one of the questions I've asked everybody, just not to be redundant about it, but there is some change of rules this year in the pace of play. Obviously the 30-second clock, but there's a few other rules along with it. How do you think that's going to affect your style of play?
I want to call timeouts. They changed the rule. Coaches can't call timeouts in live action. It's going to the officials. We had an inter-squad scrimmage, and some officials came in. And one thing I really noticed is how they're breaking up little huddles at free throws. Right. And I think some of that stuff's really good. I think let's move the game on a little quicker in dead ball situations. That could be really good. The shot clock going from 35 to 30, I don't think that'll be much of a factor. I hope not for our team because we play so fast. Just give me those timeouts back.
Right. Okay.
Well, Charlie, with 6 freshmen, 4 sophomores, something tells me Matt's going to get a pretty good idea early what his team's like with Michigan, Syracuse, Duke on the schedule. A pretty tough non-conference schedule to get you going.
Well, I remember having this conversation with you guys last year. We want to test our team, and we feel like if we can put together a non-conference schedule that will challenge us, play against great programs and great venues, then we'll be better prepared for CAA play. And the highlight for us this year on our schedule is we have 17 home games, and that's a record for Elon. And we're thrilled to be able to play anytime we can play an alumni gym with our great crowd. It's a great place to play, and we get to do that 17 times.
Well, Matt, great seeing you. Good luck this season, and thanks for being with us.
Good to be with you guys.
Matt Matheny of the Phoenix of Elon. So